There's a little studio wherever heart peace.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Sherry's Home Studio. You're just in time for me to finish up a project that I started, and I went ahead and started it, but I left one for us to do together because this was very time consuming. There are 9 hearts on here, and I will take off all the papers here in just a few minutes, but what I'm doing is I am painting on my mica powders, and it's pretty simple, and there's really basically no formula on how to do this. It was just something that came to my mind, and I thought, well, I will try it. But I left the middle one for us to do together. So what we're doing is, what I'm doing is, I have, well, I must have dropped it. Okay, let me find another one. Hold on. Well, I need the big one. So, alright, so what we're first going to do is wipe my mold, because I got it from other splashes. You know, when you're painting on micas, and the mica's always splattering everywhere, and that's what I was trying to avoid on this. And then I realized, doing a few at a time, that you need to work in a different order than normal. With that being said, I went ahead and did the leaves. There's leaves on all of these here. I'm just cleaning my brush. There's leaves on all of these, and I just went ahead and did them all at once, even including this one, because I didn't think you wanted to sit through that. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill in this here. I'm going to burnish it in using this mica here. Now, all of my micas that I've used today, except for yellow, has been Glitter and Craft for You micas, and I've wrote them all down on each heart that I did and each flower I did, and I will list them all for you, and then you can go find them on which heart if there's a certain color. Now, this one, I cannot tell you what this color is. It is from Glitter and Crafts for You, but I can't tell you what the color is because it came in a little plastic sample bag and there was no label, so I have no idea what it is. But when I start painting it, it's really, really pretty. So I'm going to zoom you down and adjust this just a little bit. Now let me just push it that way. Okay. There's filigrees in here, and there's outside in this little heart shaped, and these are keychains. I'm just going to take it and fill in between the 2 flowers and try not to get it all over everything else. And always remember, what you put down, what touches your mold, will be what's going to show on your mold. That's when I realized, let me do a different order. And I'll show you all these. These are a nice little surprise. I've spent all day doing this, working on this. And it's probably been about 5 hours, 6 hours, Michael. What do you think? Well, he's sitting over there doing his cars. He's putting his cars together. And I'm doing this. This is for my Valentine's Day series. So I'm just going to color all this in. And I went ahead and did a lot of them because I didn't want these videos to be so long. So I'm just putting it in there. That's fine. Okay. And I'm going to keep doing that all the way around. Just like this. This one shimmers from purple to pinks. I don't know which one this was she put in the bag. I'm gonna have to find out because I just got this little bitty pot, and I really, really like this color. And I did the same method all through all 9 of these little keychain hearts. And I use the different micas to fill it in. And like I said, I will list all the colors that I used, and then I'll link you the page, her web page, and you can go in there. And as always, make sure you mention that you saw me using the colors, and she will include a nice surprise in there, a gift for you. Alright, so now all the outside is done in. That's everywhere flower is not. Alright. So now what I've done is I've taken some mica, and this is left over from this one. And I'm going to use this color on the outside of this petal. It's raised, and I'm going to put it on here. Alright. So I need to reconstitute this to make it a little more soft. So we're just going to add a little bit of alcohol. Get my toothpick, stir it up, and get it all runny. Now you don't want this, and there's no formula. I don't have a formula. I just do it per how I feel. And all I'm doing is taking my paintbrush and dipping it in there and treating it like a paint, and just brushing it on there. Now if it goes over to the side or inside, you can clean it up, but I've been trying to do colors where if it blended in, fell into it, it'd be okay. It'll just add contrast to my flower. And you just paint that on there. And this way, when I pour my color, my epoxy in here, it is not going to, it'll pick it up really nice, make everything look really pretty. And this was some detailed work on these things, and this is the only way I thought I could do it and make it look real pretty. And the color I'm using here is called Cinnamon Rose Pearl. And I think it's a really pretty color. And the inside flower, I'm going to use, I think, the Maple Sugar Shimmer. I think that would be nice. So as you can see, all I'm going to do is just go around each of that and make sure it's covered nicely. And when you get the right consistency on your stick, you're going to know, because it just comes on there so nicely. Okay. And even if you happen to go over, like I just did here, touch the green, remember, that's not going to be seen on the outside because the green is already on there. And I did this exact same method for doing the leaves and all the others. And then you just, let's see, how can I do this and not you see? Oops. Okay. Let me, alright, wipe that off. And if I need to, I dip my brush in to get it a little more wet when this starts drying out. Because remember, alcohol will evaporate in your container or whatever you're doing. So I just pick up a little more alcohol and then continue on. And you can see it's leaving a nice line. Right there. And I think these are peonies. And some of them, like I think it was this one and this one, I had a hard time seeing where the what was flower and what was leaf. So got a string or something. Okay, I need a little more alcohol on my brush, so I'll just pick it up. And I'll show you how I mix this up, but I didn't want to waste this. I wanted to do the outline on this, but I wanted you to see how I was doing this. And I'm going to pour I think I'm going to use a black, color my epoxy black so that all these things will shimmer and shine really, really nice. Let's get a little more alcohol on my... And you can, if you try this and you feel like it's starting to like gump up, then dip yourself in the alcohol, run it around in your mica, and then continue on. And if you've got it too thin, then just dip your paintbrush into your mica and pull out a little bit and stick it into your little cup here. And I find using these little spoons, the mica spoons and glitter spoons, the best to do this. I did have another silicone cup like the one I'm dipping my alcohol in, but I don't know, it's just easier to hold this than it was that little cup. And I'm constantly stirring every time I go in there. And some of it will roll down, and sometimes, like I got a little here on the side, which will be okay for when I put the other color in there. I think it will just blend really nicely. And you don't have to push down either on there. You're just running your paintbrush right across the top. That's all you're doing. It's not like any kind of pressure or nothing like that. Alright, double check it. Make sure you got all your lines. Everything looks okay. Yep, just make sure everything looks okay. Oops, look, right there. That's why you double check, because I missed that one. Alright. Alright, so now that's done. So I'm going to rinse my brush off. I'm going to put this extra alcohol in here. Take a little toothpick, not a toothpick, a Q-tip. Clean out my little cup. Take a baby wipe and then just wipe it dry, because I'm trying not to have any more of the color in there. Alright, so that's clean. Paintbrush is ready for the next one. We're going to clean out that little cup. Okay, and so we'll get it ready for the next one. Alright, so, and then I'll show you all mine after we get all that painted in. I'm going to use the same little brush and we're going to do that. And I'm going to use the maple sugar shimmer. I think that's going to look good. It's the one we're going to use for the inside of that flower. Okay. And what I've been doing is taking another little stick, getting about maybe that, not even that much, probably about like that, and putting it in here. Okay, and then I just set this to the side. Have some alcohol. I put some in my cup here, and about 4 or 5 drops. Put that rest in there. I'll get my toothpick and then I'll mix it up. Now I'll probably have to do this one more time. I'd rather work in a small batch than a big batch. I tried doing a big batch, and then I ended up having too much left over. So, alright, get my paintbrush. And then all we're going to do is now fill in all these spaces. So you just dip in, and you just start filling it in. Now it's going to take some time to fill those in. Sometimes it'll pull away and it won't cover. You just got to keep going. And if it keeps pulling away, then your mixture is not thick enough. And then you just dip into your, if it's not thick enough, you just dip in, pick a little up off your, and then mix it in there. Do that again. And that should give you, until you get your nice thick consistency. And then you just put it in there. And it's like painting it. And sometimes it takes a couple of dabs from your thing into there, because you are painting it in there. So, but the one thing about this way that I really like is that it gets in all of the crevices, like right up to the little tippy tops where it's sometimes hard to get in there. And I'm constantly stirring my little cup every time I go in there, because the mica does settle and it keeps it mixed up nice. Okay. This has been really relaxing to do it this way. I know some people probably won't like, be like, oh, that's too tedious. And it is, but it was kind of relaxing just sitting here. Before I knew it, time has flew by. And then I was doing one heart at a time, and then I thought, well, I have the green out. Let me go ahead and do all the greens, and I'm not splattering mica everywhere. I'm not worrying about it going into another spot where it don't need to go. Oh, sorry, didn't realize you couldn't see. My bad. Just cover it in there. Yep. Just hold your cup. Swish it around in there. Fill her up. Okay, now you can see. Let's see if I can bring it down a little more. Nope, that's as far as you can go down. Alright, now I'm getting to the bottom of this, and I'm going to need to go ahead and make a little more. So I do it the same way. I'll get my little spoon, dip out a little bit, put it in there, and then I'll take a little bit of this, very carefully add about a drop or two from there. Get my toothpick again, mix her up, just like that. Alright, there you go. And now we'll continue on. And if you can tell, like on this one, it pulled away, there wasn't enough, so we'll just go in and add some more. Just keep adding in there. Now the little ones like this is a lot easier to do than the big ones. There we go. That side's done. Alright, now we're going to move over to here. I'm just going to fill them in. You just pick it up and drop it in there, and it leaves such a nice little coating on there. Okay. And then, like I said, it goes easier in those little corners when it's a little wet. Yeah. Okay. But I've really enjoyed doing this today. It's been very relaxing. Okay. Alright, I have to make it some more. Alright, let's make a little more. Like that. Yeah, let's see, let's get a little bit more. I still have a bunch to, and then a little bit of this. My toothpick stirred it. I think I got too much alcohol in there this time. Yep, doesn't feel very thin. So let's go ahead and add a little bit more. Feels too thin. Alright, that up. Yeah, that's better. Alright, mix it up. Okay, and we're continuing on. And then as soon as I get this one done, I'll show you the others, and then I will put you on pause for a minute and mix up my epoxy, and then we will continue on. And I'll pour it, and then we'll come back later and show you what they look like. Unless hopefully they turned out as pretty as I was hoping. But I think the black will turn out good. If you do the black, because it's dark, and I like the dark. You know, the dark picks up the micas better. But I do have some really pretty red. You know, I'll just stick with what I was thinking. I will do the black, because I'm sitting here thinking, well, I could do the authentic red mica with, and then add some glitter to it, but I don't want to take away from the beauty of the front of this, so yeah, like I said, these Big ones are a little more harder to do, to fill in. But it just takes some time, little patience. It just takes a little time and little patience. And then I will clean up the side. Okay. There we go. There we go. They are done. And then I just double check, make sure I don't have anything that pulled away, that everything is looking nice and full. It'll evaporate as it dries, and it don't take long for this to dry. Alright, so that's done. So rinse out that brush. Okay, close up my mica so I don't spill it everywhere. Set it all to the side. Alright, so I'm going to bring you back out. That one's done. Alright, so there's heart number 1 up there. Can you see it? Now, I did do like this, I brushed on. This and everything else was doing it, I guess, the painting method. But I didn't go back and over it because I wanted to see if you're going to be able to tell the difference between brushing it on or painting it on. We'll find out. This is going to be heart number 2. And if you, I can go ahead and tell you, all the leaves are apple green and shimmer. The apple green is on the inside and evergreen is on the outside on the stems. This one, the flower is Coralicious, and then, like I said, the yellow is one I was not from Glitter and Craft, but everything else is Glitter and Craft. This one is Midas Gold, and Don't Fuchsia Around was the color on the outside. For my heart number 3, which I think is really, really pretty, the flower itself is the Blackberry Raspberry Shimmer, and the filigree and the outline I did in Hot Pants Pink. Okay, number 4, I'll set this over to the side. Okay. Number 4 is a multiple of colors. I did the cobalt blue and on the outside with and outlined on the flower. Then the flower itself is the cinnamon rose pearl, which is the same that we used over here. And then the light blue, this here, that is actually evergreen, no, I'm sorry, seafoam green, and then just some yellow. We just did that one. Okay. Flower number 6. The filigree is done in Blueberry Explosion along with the outline. The flower itself is done in the Mermaid Blue Pearl. Heart number 7 is over here. Right here. There's yellow on the outside. The filigree is the yellow and the highlight in there, and then the seafoam green inside that one. Alright, number 8. Number 8, the flower is done in cobalt blue, and the filigree is done in this blue, the mermaid blue, because I had it left over in that cup. And then this is the mermaid blue. The flower is Plum's the Word. Oh, look, I missed a spot right there. Let me get this in. Let's cover that spot right there. Yeah. Alright, I'm just going to put that in there. There we go. How did I miss that? Oh well, we found it. Alright, and all of the outer line outside was done in this. Alright, so I'm going to put you on hold. And I am going to mix up some epoxy. Give this one a minute to dry. And then we will be back and pour it. Okay? So I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got my black going on. I got my epoxy mixed up. And I did 8 ounces. I was thinking an ounce for each one, but it might not need that much. And if not, I got something ready over here that I will do off camera for some extras. But let's just mix all this up. And as I'm sitting here mixing this up, I have decided that I want to add, I want to add in some black pearl mica. So it will give it a little extra oomph. So we're just going to add a scoop. 1 scoop. Nah, let's live on the wild side. Let's do 2 scoops. 2 scoops and let's live wild. We'll mix that up. Let me slide this way, this way so you can see. And we're just going to mix that up. And I should have done, where is this? Here, let's do this. I'm going to spray a little bit of that in there. And I'm getting it everywhere. Just everywhere. Everywhere. Now let me get a baby wipe. Nice. See? Everywhere. Hopefully I didn't get none in the flowers and the hearts. I keep forgetting to dissolve my mica. I need a bigger stir stick's what I need. I don't have anything bigger than this, so this is what it is. Let's get the bottom. Give it just another good couple of mixes. It's got a nice shimmer to it. Can you see it? I don't know. I wonder if I should add maybe a little glitter to it. Maybe some gold glitter. No, we're not. I'm not going to do it. Nope. I'm going to be good and not do it. Alright. But what I am going to do is I'm going to pour it out into a smaller cup like this. And mix it just a little bit better. Give that a good little mixy. Alright, so here we go. Pull you back into frame, straighten it up so we're not so. Alright, here we go. Fixing to see. Yep, yep, just pour it in there. Okay. We'll let that settle. We'll go on to the next one. Let that settle. Fill my cup up a bit. So, give this one a good little swirly, swirly, swirl. This one and that one and that one are my faves. I hope they turn out nice. It was very time consuming, but very relaxing. Okay. Do that. So we'll put this up. Now I made 8 ounces because I wasn't sure. And I think I'm at 4 now. So I was thinking an ounce of heart, but I might be off on that. We're going to give that a couple squirts there. Okay. Kill those bubbles. I'm going to slide that to the side. Let's do this one. I see a little floatage, but that's off the one that we just did. So it probably didn't have time to dry all the way. Okay. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have plenty left over. So, but I will make my little extras off camera because you don't need to see me doing all that. And then after this sets and I'll do my little extras, we'll be back in the morning. We'll take them out and I'll show you how they turned out. And I'll pop some bubbles. So let's see. It took 4 ounces in here. So if you get this mold, and I'll list this. I think I got this mold off of eBay, not eBay, but Amazon. If I find it, I'll link it. But it's 4 ounces to fill all of them. All right, and I'll do some bubble popping, like so. Do some topping off. Do a couple of these over here. And we'll go from there. Okay? Alright, I'll see you back here in just a little bit. What are you? Look at that bubble. Didn't want to pop. So, okay. Alright guys, I'll be back with y'all in a little bit. Hey everyone, welcome back. It's the next day and everything is solid. So these were the when I made way too much. So I only needed 4 ounces to fill up my other ones, and I made 8. And so the other 8 made all of the other 4 ounces made this. So I thought I'd go ahead and mold these. These are going to be my pocket hearts that I give away to people. Just a little trim up. And I added more color to the black because I just didn't want black hearts. I mean, that's not cool. And I added some glitter to these. Added authentic red and some red holographic glitter, and that's all from Glitter and Crafts for You also. They all turned out really nice, and I will put those onto some little cards and then I'll pass them out. Alright, and then I made some geodes. I added some glitter to it. I added some kind of, what was it called? Psychedelic sunflower glitter to it, and it really makes these things pop. Yep, so there's that one. Ooh, that's neat. That turned out cool. And that turned out cool. I had a little bit of left, so I poured it in here. Now on this one, stuff on me. And on this one, when I had some alcohol left in my little cup, I just dumped it upside down into the mold with the mica. That turned out really cool. Look at that. Isn't that neat? I'll put little hooks on here and then I'll give those away also. So let me move my hearts. Now, the ones we worked on together yesterday turned out super, super nice. Are you ready? Okay, here we go. I don't know what brought this up and caused it to do this, but when I took my heat gun and I went over, not the heat gun, but my torch over it, it popped, and these little, all this color popped up. I mean, look at this. This is so freaking cool. I'm gonna slide you over a little bit. Let's bring you down too. Look at this. Let's move you this away. Well, I'll just bring you up a little bit too. Look at that. Ain't that neat? The way that all just kind of, this one didn't do it. This one, I really like that one. That one's so neat. That one is cool. That is really neat. Look at that. And then the last one. Okay, so now we're gonna take them out. So I'll slide you this way. Here we go. Alright, so here we go. This is heart number 3. Alright. Oh, look at that. Can you see that without a glare? Look at that. That turned out nice. I will put pictures up too at the end so that you can see them without the glare. Look at that. That is really nice. That one turned out good. And that was heart number 3. Let's keep its little tag. I've got heart 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Alright, here's number 2. Oh, wow. This is nice too. Look at that. That turned out really pretty. It shifts between purple. Yeah, that's a color shift between purple and blue, it looks like. But I like that. That turned out so nice. Alright. And we're going to do number 1. Let's get it out of there. Oh, wow. Look. Now, you can see the difference. Remember I said I left those 2 petals just brushed on, and then these 4 were painted on with the alcohol and stuff. Look at the difference. You definitely can tell a difference. I think that is so cool. Yeah. You can tell a difference. Really you can. Alright, so now we're going to go to heart number 4. Put that there. Heart number 4. Oh, y'all, look at this one. Look at that. That turned out so pretty. Turned out really pretty. Okay, we're going to do heart number 5. 5. 6. 7, 8, and 9. Okay, do number 5. This is the one we did together. Oh, it did get a little black on there. Look at that. got a little black right here, but I think that's okay. That okay. I'm not a fan of the black, but there's nothing you can do about it now. Now we're going to do heart number 6. Oh, that's neat. That one. Good. There. I like that. That turned out really nice too. Yeah. Okay. 7. Oh, you guys, 7 looks pretty too. What do you think? I like that. Now on 7, I did not fill in these lines with any color. I wanted the black to shine through, and that turned out so nice. Can you see that? Yeah, I didn't do the black on there. Come forward. There we go. Right there. And I like that. That's number 7. Now, all of these micas, like I said earlier, is from Glitter and Craft for You. Mention me, and you will definitely get a discount or a surprise in your order. Alright, now this is number 8. I should have went with a different color on outlining the blue, because you really can't see it. So, but that's nice. It kind of blends together. When it shifts to purple it don't, but when it goes to the blue. Alright, number 8. I'm not a big fan of number 8, but it is what that is. Alright, and I think here's number 9. And again, on this I use Flum's the word. I should have used a different color, but you play around with it and you know, you see what you see. And I will take pictures, because you really got to have some pictures. Oh, it shifts. Look, can you see? Now it shifted to red. That's cool. But I mean, they're not bad. They are not bad at all. And it was this mold here. Right there. It had all the pretty, I think they're called, well, I want to say they're peonies, but not that, I don't think all of them are, but yeah, it was, this one was, I got off Amazon. I'll link it. But yeah, here they are. And let's slide them around like this. Don't forget what colors I used. There you go. So here we go. Let's cut that one off too. There we go. But that's it. That's what they are. They turned out really good. Even the extras turned out really good. I like those. I'll put little hooks on there and give those away also. So, but yeah, that was it. Alright, well, my next video, I believe I'm going to be doing painting a pig. Let me show you my pig. I think I'm going to paint. So this is going to be on the next video. I'm fixing to paint the pig for Valentine's Day. Okay, so look forward to that one. And here's this one, and I'll get pictures and post those up there too with it. Alright, well, y'all have a good night, a good afternoon, and I will see y'all on the flip side. Bye.
Where creativity grows.